Hello, page hunters. This is Levont here, and we are in Sobrevivido trauma, and I'm very certain I butchered that name somehow. So, this is an itch.io visual novel horror game, and I don't know much about it. Let's be fair here. All I know is there's a knife, it's red, there's blood on it, and it looks hand-drawn. So here we go. Today has been a quiet day in the high school. You got bored in physics and chemistry class since you already knew everything they explained. It's your favorite subject and you usually read books about it at home. As soon as you can, you'd like to go to university to keep learning physics and maybe one day become a researcher. On your way home, you receive a text from your mother. She has to leave because of a work emergency and she's waiting for you. She asks you to take care of your half-brother, who is only 4 years old, while she's away, okay? You speed up your pace since it seems your mother is in a hurry. You tell her you're about to arrive. Your mother's outside already, waiting at the front door. Good thing you're here, Eli. She gives you a kiss and a quick hug. I have to go now. I'll be back for dinner, okay? She runs across the street towards the corner, heading to a bus stop. Don't you have a car? You unlock the door with keys, look back. Well, they're far away now, waving you goodbye and disappear behind a building, leaving the street empty. Inside the building is dimly lit by some translucent windows, no elevators. You start climbing the ladder. So, you're just a teenage girl. Okay, but that makes you much older than your brother George. George? Is that how it's spelled? Is that another spelling version of George? Like George? You babysit sometime. I'll get easy to take care of. Okay. Silence noise. Or you peculiar smell experiment. It reminds you of a chemistry experiment. A naphthalene combustion. Undefined but disturbance, as if you're outside your own body. It reminds you could feel injury, but you know you're awake in the real world. You don't have a clear motive to think something's not right, but you feel it in your gut. You head for George's room fast. Wow. Is he sick? Asleep? You get closer, unconsciously thinking you don't remember George having a red t-shirt like that one. And then you notice it isn't the t-shirt's color. Soaked in blood. Jeez! Except what you're seeing, George is dead. It's a dream, nightmare you thought before. No, it's real. Mother's pale, completely still. How is that even possible? I mean, it's possible for him to die, but innocent brother, what must he have felt? Fear stopped you. Who could have done something this horrible? Still something. George can't have possibly been home alone for long. Yeah, the intruder's still there. You didn't cross path with anyone while climbing the stairs to your house. It's very possible whoever killed your brother is still at home and that they have heard you open the main door. You look terrified, but you see no one else. You don't want to stay in this room. You step out caution. Let's save it here. Okay. Back. You're right, you see your mother's room. Okay, mother's right here. And the corner you see... in the corner towards the kitchen, left. Okay. Which also communicates with the... You believe you hear more clearly. 2 blows and a muffled scream. Who is there? What are they doing? You must act. You go through the... I'm totally gonna die here. One of them falls down the agnostic pants. Other one, you believe it turned towards you. Yes, the doors bigger. They're bigger than you. Crash on you, knocking. Oh, I'm dead already. What have I done? What have I done? You have not survived. Well, I figured as much as soon as I went to the kitchen. Okay, well, exit the house. Or walk. If you run, should get there faster, or walk slower. Talking doesn't feel good enough in either way. Bursting over, and some steps approach. They're gonna. If you try to reach the main door and open it, they're gonna see you. The door to the living room is right open next. Enter very quickly. Okay. Well, I died. Just in time to hide behind the cupboard side. The person sees someone show up under the door frame. Adult person, pale, sweaty, someone wearing very peculiar black synthetic overalls. Their faces somehow seems very familiar to you. The rest of it, stained in blood, have a knife in hand. The weapon in which they killed your brother and maybe someone else in the... I can't see you. Oh, so that's the figure right there. Where are you? They know you're home. No doubt. There's no doubt they have heard you. I know it's hard to believe. These things no clue where you're hiding, but I don't want to harm you. I just want to talk to you, Eli. He was spying on you while you... Jeez. I'm sorry about your brother. He had... I don't want you to have this question unanswered your whole life. I promise I won't hurt you. I'm dropping my weapon. It's a far at sight, but far from your hiding position. Little, they come back and walk in behind again. Yeah, there's no guarantee that the person also has another one on them. This is a window. You believe you can exit through it? Walk on the ledge toward your neighbor, tap on his window, and he opens it. This is one time you got locked without your keys. Your mother made you promise you wouldn't do it again. The fall would be fatal, but you think it'll be pretty easy to do, at least when you're at ease and no one is chasing you. You can take the chance to escape when the killer leaves the living room. Cars don't go through your street, so it's hard to hear any outside noise. They would notice the window open in the end, but by then you could be halfway already. And go for the knife. If the intruder wants to take it back, you aren't gonna reach it before them. The instinct impression they never go too far away. But it seems they want to talk. You don't know what their problem is, why they're asking conversation. Maybe they just want you to get reckless and to kill you like your brother. You notice by the looks, body language that their nerves are wrecked. You sense sincerity. But they really want to maybe you can buy some time as you get closer. Oh, okay, let's save it here. Okay, well, let's humor the killer. It should hear you walking, eyes wide open. It's you. Just stop walking. Look. Huh? Is that... what? Eli, I know this is going to be very hard to swallow, but I'm you? Or better yet, another version of you, from a timeline that will never come to develop anymore. I traveled through time from the future, using technology I invented myself. Huh? Was she trying to fool you with some shady purpose? Some kid telling a story that would interest you, a kid fascinated with research on physics. You also think she's telling the truth. Oh yeah, the main character we're playing is a female. There's something about this person that makes you want to believe her. A connection between the two. Since you got home, you felt something was out of place. As if an unknown part of you was outside of your own body, close by. You don't know another feeling like it. And it has become more intense each time you got closer to the intruder. You thought it was fear, and you're scared, but it's something else. Besides, the resemblance is undeniable. Even so, your fear that she's fooling you and you try not to get carried away. Or maybe accepting the story makes your blood curdle even more than trying to convince yourself it's false. In any case, whoever this person is, even if she's yourself, she murdered your brother. He was only a small child and she stabbed him several times in the chest. How much did it take for him to die? Was he in pain? Did he look at the killer and saw his sister's face? He must have been so scared. Why? You screamed with tears red in your eyes. You watched the knife on the floor a couple meters away. I am sorry, Eli. I truly am. I can't imagine how this must have affected you and what will be of your life now, but I had to do it. I would like to know why. In the future I come from, your brother. No, my brother is a monster. A horribly evil being who has caused many deaths and way too much suffering. I could have stopped him, but I wasn't capable of accepting what I suspected deep down, and I didn't act in time. Are you kidding me? That's not a decision anyone can make rationally. But kill your own brother? Or sibling? Even if you hate their guts, in the end they're still family. I had to fix it. The only way I could save all of his victim was by only traveling to this point in time where I could reach him when he was totally vulnerable. It's harsh, but I couldn't allow the risk of failure. I'm really sorry. What kind of excuse is that to kill a kid less than 5 years old? Even if the story is authentic, that can't be the most reasonable solution. You refuse to believe that. Traveling to the past to stab a small child with a knife. I had to use a weapon which belonged to this day. It's complicated. You'll understand in a few years, I hope. There was a tense silence between you two. The intruder sighs. You could tell she's exhausted. Well, I guess I'm done. I've killed him, and I explained to you why, believe it or not. I'm a castaway now. I come from a timeline that no longer exists, in which my brother became an adult. There's no place for me in this new reality I created. So she's trying to attempt a paradox. It's your reality. If I went back to the year I came from, you would be there living as Eli, not me. I'll try to start a new life in another age, but it's possible that I'll get disintegrated, or that when traveling again my body will end up floating in an endless void, something even worse. I face the unknown, and I have nothing and no one, because my life no longer exists. It has never existed. Damn paradoxes. I'm going to make you a proposition for your own good, even if it's hard to believe for you. It's obvious that you hate me, and I noticed how you're looking at the knife. I can tell you're thinking about taking it. Well, it's what I would think, and I am you, more or less. You want to kill me? Do it. I won't stop you. I'll ask for one thing only. If you end up traveling through time, don't come back to this day. Your fate would be worse than mine, if possible. But in exchange, do with me whatever you want now. You can stab me if you think it's gonna make you feel better and to help you overcome this. Or you can let me leave, if killing me seems like too much. I care about your well-being more than mine. You have a more promising version of myself. One who, even with what has happened today, maybe hasn't lost all hope already, like me. More importantly, who isn't lost between realities. You are in the timeline you belong to. I have no salvation now. I warn you, killing someone is tough and a big step. In what direction, I don't know. Very difficult for you to prepare myself to do that, and you already have endured something terrible this very day. I don't know how it could affect you. And you almost say that she wants to die. You don't even contemplate anymore what she has told you. Could be some delusion. She's you, or rather another version of you. Something inside you is screaming at you. You're certain that's it. Of course, that doesn't mean that everything she said is true. And even if it is, does it justify killing your brother? You don't believe so. You want to kill her. The strange feeling you get from this alien version of yourself, who strolls around your house stained with your brother's blood, urges you to murder her. And if you don't do it now, she'll leave your world and you'll never have another chance. Well, here's the key moment right here, because I'm quite curious. Let's take the obvious route and see how bad this is gonna turn. The blood of your brother and the sweat of his murder wet your hands. Charges older self whose closed eyes and waits motionlessly. You stab her over and over in the chest, stomach, and neck. There's something about the passage that she knows while you kill her that you find comforting, as if the last piece found its place in a complex cosmic jigsaw puzzle. You will put it in the part of you that existed outside of your body, and that in a way you somehow absorb it and become complete. This had to happen. She's had to die, and you had to kill her. You were never put on trial. It was understood as a case of self-defense and derangement due to trauma. Another corpse showed up in the kitchen. The police judged that they and the killer were accomplices and also siblings. Huh? Wait a sec. They? And the... Oh, wait a minute. What if... That might be the brother that she... You don't know what therapy kept a secret, a big part of you, what you found, suspected or ever felt, or passing. A field that you didn't stop being passionate about. Besides, now you knew that time travel was possible. However, there was something else occupying your thoughts, a new obsession. You never stopped recalling the feeling you had when you killed. It wasn't displeasing at all. In fact, you came to miss it. Oh, that... I think I see the mistake now. I see the huge mistake I made. The first one. If you take the first life, it never gets easier. It wasn't like devouring a missing part of yourself, but you felt something similar. The absorption of their life, the pleasure was more intense, so you kept killing. And after some time, the consumption of your victims started more than a psychological impression. Oh god, you're still interested in physics, but you find murder and cannibalism? Was this what happened to your brother in the other rally? Did he become something close to what you are now? Maybe. Don't mull over what could have been too much. The laboratory you work at progressed that in the research of time travel. Having technology available could benefit you, but you know you could never go back to that day. You need to try to change what occurs. The way things develop was only one that makes sense here. Brother's death was necessary collateral damage. The different realities cross path at the point to turn you into the person you are today, so that you have no more intention to stop being. You have survived. I survived? By being a cannibal? Well, yeah, huh? Nobody gets to know about the shooter again. What that happened years go by. You stop looking for the murder you described. The dreadful event didn't leave you with just a trauma. It gave you an iron resolve. Travel to the past and change it. After much work and suffering, many years of social isolation, of never-ending obsession, you managed to come up with the technology. You'd be the first person to try it. Partially implemented, you wear what you have designed. You wear them. You're very similar to your alternate version. With the mission, you were in the kitchen of Mother House childhood years. Or the murder. Her hands are steamed. You arrived too late. You miscalculated. You finally then finds your way to your chest. I don't know what kind of future you came from, but I'm sorry. I didn't explain to Eli. Others. You remember that day the noise came from the kitchen. Your theory that brother killer fought someone else. Wait a sec. So that's... Okay, so this is the canonical ending, I think. This would make the most sense. The hand... So it would be another hand that mysterious person is you now. You didn't die the first time, but you had traveled through time to get back to the past, and your life has ended. In a twisted way, the same day, in spite of all, you have not survived. But that is the canonical. And now let's try to get out. But you started walking. Floor's now is more than enough for you to die. I don't want to hurt you for real. Still can probably talk. Inside your brother course. Right. When you open them, you're not heading to where you thought. You're stepping on thin air. Your vision goes red. You died with the image of your brother's corpse in your mind. Okay, so I don't know if I particularly like that, and those endings. Essentially, the falling to your death via pavement. I understand that. You just, in grief, you made a mistake. Survive, but the other, the one where you go back the second time, after you let the woman effectively leave, the first future self of yourself leave. That is the canonical ending where you die in the kitchen, and then so that I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Okay, so kitchen, pop up, version 1 has the knife, and version 2, grieving Eli spawns in effectively. Woman, Eli with the knife stabs her there. After that, goes out to the younger Eli, calls her out and explains everything. At that point, by logic, Eli would definitely have to let the woman go to continue the arc and effectively close off the loop. God damn. Which makes sense in a roundabout way. I mean, we never did see the full body of the murdered person. Only the hand at best, so... and then there's the third ending, where effectively Eli becomes a cannibal after killing her future self, so... And that's the ending I have... I kinda have a bit of an issue on. There was almost nothing that explained about the fact that Eli had anything like a cannibalism effect. Cannibalism, or that might be something that developed later on in her life. I don't know. All I know is that Paradoxes gets real confusing. But as far as I know, the canonical ending is the one where you get stabbed and die in the kitchen. And it's not about, at this point, if we're going by timelines, that one would be the most logical one and canon, because younger Eli did see the hand in the doorway. Although I never did see what happened if I just left the building. That actually might be a good thing. I'll check that out. So... Oh no, that was the kitchen one. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, let's just auto... Okay. Okay. You go through the corridor to exit. Oh wait, no, this... Okay, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so I did see all that. So, okay. Overall, the game was interesting, if not a bit confusing, just with time travel and all that. And I think that is by default. What I kind of wish we would have seen a few more scenes from the older Eli's perspective. Like, we only get the fact that the woman, the older Eli, stabbed the younger brother, and then we just see everything through the younger Eli's side. I would actually love to see this so-called future from the killer Eli's version. So devs, if you can make that happen, I'd like to see that. Overall it's interesting. So I guess I'll call the episode there, but I'm still just a bit bugged out about how the cannibalism ending is effectively the survival ending. Jeez. On that note, thank you for watching this video. If you like what you saw, throw this video a like. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.